Hello and welcome to the Dutching channel. It is Tuesday the 16th of April 2024. We're approaching 6 o'clock in the morning and we're here to do the results show from last night, which again I didn't manage to get round to doing. But we've had another loss. This time it was 2 points. We've done well to get back from the 15.5 that we were down. We have 4 profits in a row, and now we've had 3 losses in a row, and we're halfway stage now of the month, and I don't really know what's going on. I know we've got different ground every day now. We're going over to the flat on the grass from the all weather. It's all a bit messy really, but I'm not blaming anything. I don't know why at the moment it's in this position, but we've had enough profitable days. But as I've said, it's the bad days that seem to be getting worse. But they've picked up. I mean, we've only lost 3 points in the last 2 days. We know that we can, if we're going to win roughly that amount over those last 2 days at least. So it's not all doom and gloom at the moment. So let's go into yesterday. And we can see we had Kelso, Kempton and Windsor. Started at Kelso and just really it was poor. That's all I can say really. We were lucky on the last race there that we nearly picked up our money back. But there was a loss of 152.08 there. So that was basically most of everything that we lost yesterday. And then we tried to pick up at Windsor in the afternoon, made a 53 pence loss. So I'm not going to grumble with that. That was near enough levels. Had a couple of good winners there. And then we started off at Kempton last night with a nice couple of winners. And then, of course, we had one in the race after just getting our money back and then a loss in the last. But at least there was a bit of a profit there at Kempton, 54.21. And again, we only had 14 races yesterday due to an abandonment again. So that's how it looks on the profit and loss sheet. I'll just go down to the bottom in that. You can see now we've roughly lost a third of our stake. But there's plenty of time to get that back. But the month, I really need that to be in profit before it gets down to the bottom there. But we're only halfway. We're only halfway. So if we was on 0, there'd be no complaints. But we're 6.79 down now. So let's see what we can manage to do today. But we'll go back to yesterday. And you can see in the first at Kelso, both barrels, quite a short price really. Just over 2 to 1 or 3.15 and that one, but I didn't have that or the second. So that was a bit difficult for me to get that one. Then in the second race, this was pretty much similar thing, 3:30 race, up Hellier King. 7.8 this one out, and it was our selection after we'd stopped. But it was only 6 runners, so you couldn't expect to be back in the 5th there. And then the 4 o'clock Kingston Bridge 25 would have been a winner if we would have been doing our value bets, but again it was an outsider. I don't think anybody had that really. I did have the second there, Air Street, but again nothing at Kelso. And then we've got one of our part wins because we're back to this again. And but it was our money back nearly. So I'm not going to grumble when it's the full selection when you've only got 7 runners. So that was a dreadful place yesterday. really, Kelso. But if you're going to leave a meeting out or a couple of meetings out, which ones do you leave? Then we moved into the 220 at Windsor. This was another one of those races. Kendall Roy, 9.18. Couldn't fancy that on the system at all. So that was the end of that race. Then into the 350 at Windsor, we had Under the Twilight as our top selection, which won at 18.5. So if you're doing top selections, you're most probably doing all right, making a profit there. And we did have the second as well, if you was forecasting it, but it was quite a long way down, to be honest. But that pulled us back in it a little bit. And then into the 420 at Windsor, Bishop's Crown. This was our fourth selection, but we'd backed a couple of outsiders before this, so this helped. This helped big time. That was our full winner for us there in the 420. Then into the 450 at Windsor, Perseverance. We've got this, but it's our seventh selection, so it's only a part win there, but that was better than nothing. I know I like moaning about, oh, it's another part win, but when it's 7 down, then I don't mind, because you shouldn't really be going to 7 selections, honestly. Then into the 520, same thing again here. This was our third selection, Phoenix Passion, and again, it got us money back. That was the important thing. It covered our bet there. And then into the Windsor 550, Qatari. This was another one of our losers right down the page here. This one was, but again, it went off at 30. Would have been one of our value selections there, but again, we wouldn't have been doing too hot on the value selections today as well. And then we moved into Kempton for the 630. Ciara Pearl was the winner in the first. We had this, but it did go off one of the second favourite there. But again, it was a winner for us, so no complaints there. And then in the second race, of course, at Kempton, the 7 o'clock, Oliver's Show. This was our top selection. This just drew away in the end, and that went off second favourite on Betfair. So that was another one, but it would have been one of our value bets as well. And then into Kempton for the 730. Heathcliff comes through and wins this one, and again, it was our very last selection. So this sort of just got us out of trouble there and got our money back. And then into our last race, right down the bottom here, I made this come last. Macaulay's Tavern, Billy Lock Lane's second ride of the day after he'd been rerouted from Redcar. It got abandoned. He comes through and wins that. The second and third, I can't get any of them either. So it was a poor day, really. I can't even say that I was really unlucky, because we've had 14 races. All right, we've lost 2. It's not the end of the world to be. You need to win 7 to break level. We've lost 2 in all, so we've won 6, lost 8. It's not a great return, but at the end of the day, we fight to live another one tomorrow. So I'll upload those selections after I've finished with this. But I think I most probably had, if I just reverse this going back on the value side of things, I think we only had 3. That was the first one. And that was under. Then we had that one, Qatari. That was a loser. That was another. That was another one. Then we had this one. That was another loser. And another. Oh no, that was a winner. and that was that. So we had 4 value bets that won yesterday. Now normally these cover 3 bets for 1 winner. So we would have lost, well, we would have won 12 bets out of the 14. So again, there we would have lost 2. So pretty much on the day, I think it would have been similar. But that's that anyway. So we're roughly between 6 and 7 losses for the month. I do want to get in front like everybody does at racing, but sometimes it isn't possible. So we'll fight another day and we'll see how we get on. There's a lack of racing again for Tuesday. The selections is not that many, but we'll see how we get on. So I hope you've had a good Monday there, because I am putting this up on Tuesday morning, but I hope you had a good day yesterday punting, whatever you did, and let's see how we move on out of this. Thanks for watching.